In this brief video, we'll look at the different formats of metrics that are supported in Sumo Logic. Metrics are measures of quantitative assessment commonly used for assessing, comparing, and tracking performance or production. In a metric editor, you can specify metric format properties such as the display of numeric values, font styles and sizes, and cell display colors. This formatting is used for the particular metric, regardless of which report it's placed on. This is called metric level formatting. Sumo Logic supports Graphite, Carbon 2.0, and Prometheus metrics formats. Graphite metrics are formatted as shown on the screen here, where metric path is a dot-separated string that identifies the thing being measured, metric value is any numeric value, and metric timestamp is a Unix timestamp. Here's an example of the Graphite formatted metric. In this metric, the value of cluster 1, node 1, CPU 1, CPU idle is measured. This denotes the CPU idle value for CPU 1 in node 1 in cluster 1. The value measured is 97.29. The timestamp for the instant that the metric was measured is 14600611337. Carbon 2.0 metrics formats conform to the Metrics 2.0 specification. The Metrics 2.0 specifications are a set of conventions, standards, and concepts around time series metrics metadata. Carbon 2.0 metrics are formatted as shown here on the screen. Intrinsic tags is one or more space-separated key-value pairs that uniquely identify what is being measured. Intrinsic tags are also referred to as dimensions. Note that intrinsic tags must be followed by two spaces. Meta tags is 0 or more space-separated key-value pairs that provide additional but not identifying information about the parameter being measured. A meta tag is a piece of metadata that might be useful in querying your metrics. It doesn't identify the thing being measured, but provides additional information of interest. For example, it might be interesting to know the collection agent that obtained the measurement. Value is any numeric value. Timestamp is a Unix timestamp. In the Graphite formatted metric earlier, the metric path was cluster 1, node 1, CPU 1, CPU idle. In the Carbon 2.0 format, that metric path translates to a set of intrinsic tags. In our example, it translates to cluster equals cluster 1, node equals node 1, CPU equals CPU 1, metric equals CPU idle. Carbon 2.0 is a richer metric format than Graphite because it supports meta tags. So, a Carbon 2.0 formatted version of our example metric could include additional key-value pairs that will make our metrics easy to understand, write, and execute a query. For example, we can include a meta tag that identifies the agent that collected the metric. In the Prometheus format, a time series is uniquely identified by its metric name and a set of labels, which are key-value pairs. It's formatted as shown on the screen. Here's an example of a Prometheus metric exposition for two time series. The process of making metrics available to Prometheus is called exposition. In this metric, metric name specifies the general feature of a system that is measured. Metric description denotes an arbitrary description or category for the metric. Metric type denotes the type of the metric, either counter, gauge, histogram, summary, or untyped. Labels show 0 or more space-separated key-value pairs that identify a particular dimensional instantiation of the metric. Value shows the value of the metric. Timestamp denotes the time the metric was collected in INT64 format. The Prometheus format does not support metadata in the format itself. You can attach metadata to Prometheus metrics by specifying it in the HTTP header when you upload the metrics to Sumo. For more information, refer to the documentation page, Upload Metrics to an HTTP source. Let's quickly recap these metrics formats. Graphite formatted metrics have a simple format and do not support metadata tags. Carbon 2.0 is a richer metric format than Graphite because it supports meta tags. In the Prometheus format, a time series is uniquely identified by its metric name and a set of labels, which are key-value pairs. I hope this video helps you understand the different metrics formats that Sumo Logic supports. Thank you for watching.